Hello YouTube fans, here again. Why not, why not? The unestimated damn good sequel, that being Superman 2. That's right, Superman 2. Now, after the success of the original, that being Superman the movie, they decided to make the sequel, which when you think about it, this actually has a lot of history. Because roughly the same time when they was doing Superman the movie, there was actually filming Superman 2, which has never really been done before. But saying that, it roughly went in 1980 and also went a little bit into 1981, believe it or not, when Superman 2 hit the big screen. That's right. Now, you start off with the three villains. If you remember the opening of Superman the movie, where you got the three villains, I'll get it right eventually, and you got Marlon Brando, and he sends them off to the Forbidden Zone. It kind of repeats that, but sadly to say, there was bits which the man in Brando did film, but out of greed, he wanted more money. Warner Buffers said a big fat no, and they sort of cut away all the scenes. It was only when Marlon Brando lost his life they decided to re-put the scenes back in a director's cut, believe it or not, which basically just deleted scenes and they re-added them back in. But yeah, it's like an interesting film, Superman 2. It's very interesting. There's only bits in there where I do have issues with it. But all in all, I do think it's a good film. You've got the opening. This is one where I do have an issue, because in the opening it's all that much of Superman, the movie, the original one, and it feels like, why the hell am I... Well, one good thing about it is, if you've ever not seen Superman, the movie, just watch the opening of Superman 2. You see the beginning, you see the middle, you see other bits of the film, you look back to see almost the frigging end of the film. It gets to the point where you think, you know what, there was no point watching Superman the movie. I've actually saw it all in a few seconds of the opening of Superman 2. So that's one issue I have with it. Did they really have to show that much of Superman the movie? It was only like, what, 2 days after they got the sequel. So that's the only one issue I have with it. But the other bits I do like. I like the fact that you've got the theme tune brought back. They brought that back. I like Mark Chico, that's come back, may she rest in peace. And same as our other date mate, that being Christopher Reid. Now it starts off with Lois Lane's reporting, and they've got these terrorists, it's like ballsy for a PT film. And Superman saves the day. You think Lois Lane's going to get splattered on this lift, this elevated lift. And Superman saves the day and says, "This is the end of your fight," or something like that. He throws the bomb, which is on this lift. And obviously it opens the, it breaks the shield, what allows the three villains to break out. Now, I've got to admit, there are some bits where I feel it's a bit violent for a PT. There's a bit where they're on the moon and they kill these astronauts. You've got the big guy who doesn't speak, and yet they all got the same powers as Superman. And basically, they want to get the revenge on the man in Bando's character, because he was the one that sent them to the Forbidden Zone. Now, I know the director's cut, there's little bits here, little bits there, what are different, but to me, I prefer the theatrical. I saw bits of the directors, and it's there. But to my eyes, I prefer the original Superman 2. I do know there was a televised version on TV back in the day of American TV, and I've seen bits of it, and I'm kind of happy with the theatrical, because there's a scene in it, right? I'll just say bits which are different. There's a bit where they've got a little lad, right, and they batter the dad, right, which is in the film. But there's a bit where the little lad has to do a one-er. This is what you don't see, by the way, it's on the TV version, the American TV one. And the big fella, the big 8-foot one, folds his big mic, and you don't see it, it's off sort of like far away, but you've got the idea he killed the little boy. I didn't really want to see that, so I'm kind of happy it's not in the film, right? There's little bits here and there what are not in the theatrical one, so it was professing not to see it, you know what I mean? It's there and it's okay. But I do like the three villains. I do remember one of them being a well-known actor. He was, I'm kind of think of his name now, Luthor. That's it, it was Luthor. And another issue I have with the film is, right, you've got Gene Wilder plays his role as Lex Luthor, right? That's it, Lex Luthor. And I didn't really think myself that he was really that needed. I didn't think myself he was that needed. You know what I mean, he was alright in number one as the villain, but you already had the three villains. You know what I mean? You had the three villains. You really needed to have Lex Luthor in it. I do actually like the story though, where Lois Lane is falling for Superman, and she finds out that Tartan is Superman. I do admit I like that little touch to it. I do like that touch. You know what I mean? I do know it was originally going to be used in Superman the movie, and there was originally going to do this. There was originally an outtake where Marky Ticker pretends to shoot Superman, and I'm kind of happy it went with the way it did, where he fell and he burnt his hand, and then Lois Lane sees that his hand isn't burnt. I kind of like that touch more because, you know, honestly, would Superman buy a bullet? Number one, people. Number one, if you've ever seen any of the Superman films, you know he has X-ray vision. Number two, a bullet ain't exactly going to harm him because at the end of the day, we all know he's Superman. Yeah, he's down the Black Lois Lane at his start tent, but he would have had X-ray vision to see there was no bullets in the gun. So he would have known that she was fucking blagging him. So I'm kind of happy that they went with the one that they did, because the director's cut kind of does that, you know what I mean? Now you've got the three villains and they're attacking people, and Superman falls in love with Lois Lane. Now I do know in the theatrical, or it could be the director's cut, there's a scene where he meets Marlon Brando and he gives him his powers back. And I wish they'd sort of put that in the theatrical. That's the only thing I will give the director's cut, that they did that. But of course, Marlon Brando got Jada, and he said he wanted to cut out the film because they weren't going to give him more money. They wanted more money to do the sequel. But that's the only bit I would say I would love to have stayed in the theatrical. Because, anyway, cut the story short, he uses his powers to beat Tartan, right? Because he wants to be human, because he's in love. And he goes to this taffer, and you get this dickhead. If you remember Superman 2, you get a dickhead. Tartan gets lost his powers, and the dickhead batters poor Tartan. He's all bloody on the face and everything. And that's when he discovers the three villains attacking Atopolis. So he goes into the snow, and it cuts from that scene. That's why I imagine the scene would have been used in the director's cut of Superman, right? Superman 2, that is. So now you've got the three villains, and there's a bit in this where I think when Robotop 2 come out, apart from a dog barking, when Robotop 2 come out, there's a scene where Robotop says to the main villain, being chained, do you want to step outside? Well, they've done a copied it in this, because the scene where Superman says to the main villain, the eye up one, do you want to step outside, Tendril? That's his name, Tendril, right? And the fire got that epic scene. You think Superman's a shitbag, but he isn't. He isn't. He's saving the people from being attacked from the three villains. You know, you've got the female one, you've got the big fucking giant one, you've got the General, you've got them all. And the fire to his own planet, Superman comes down and he takes them. Because the thing what took away his powers, he re-altered it. So the three villains think that that's going to take away Superman powers. Lo and behold, it's took away their powers. Superman kicks the shit out of them and fires off for another day. I just wish there was a bit more of an epic scene there, though, where he batters them. And the director's cut, there weren't really a lot in it, even in that, I didn't think. He tisses Lois Lane, and somehow she uses a mem there. She uses a mem there because he didn't want to fuck it up. It's kind of sad, really, because he felt there was going to be a love scene there between Lois Lane, again played by Marky Ticker, and you think there was going to be a love scene between Superman, but it was not to be. I love the scene at the end where he fires to the president and he says, I won't let you down again. Fires off, it's got that beautiful theme tune we all remember. And I love it. I think it's a classic. It's an unestimated sequel. My only issues is, did you really need Lex Luthor? You got that sexy blonde who is in number one. Would she have really helped Lex Luthor escape from prison after the shit he did in number one, when he's going to feed her to the lions? So that's a deleted scene, and he was going to kill her mum. Would she have really helped him? And did we really need Lex Luthor in it? You know what I mean? We already had the villains, the 3 villains. My other issue is, did we need it all that much of number 1 in the opening of Superman 2? So that much of it, you don't have to need to watch Superman the movie, just watch the opening of Superman 2. But other than that, though, I think it's a good film. It's a good unestimated sequel. It's a worthy sequel. I love it, and I love it that much. I've not done it for ages. A bid Super 10 rating, because it's a classic. Other than that, I'll see you soon.